Hello fishing friends, and if you're new here, welcome! Today I'd like to teach you how to move from normal to expert mode. And if you're already fishing on hard mode, good news. Switching from hard to expert is very simple. All you gotta do, move to expert. It's exactly the same without the fish finder. But those of you that are still fishing on normal and are a little intimidated on switching to hard or expert, I'm going to go through some of the differences, some of the advantages, and show you why it's not that difficult and give you a few pointers on how to make the change. Okay, so let's start with what are the differences. So let me go ahead and put my glasses on. I'm in normal mode right now, and I'll look out there and I'll see all the fish in the water. Okay, this is normal mode. This is how you've started the game, and this is what you're used to. Also, when you catch the fish, you get a visual guide on how to bring the fish in. All right, let me cast out to here. Catch one of those guys out there. I do have my bait on and I have my line color on. All right, he's going to swim down there towards it. And on normal mode, you do have your fishing guide there that shows you what to do. So right now, I'm reeling in and my line is getting into the red. Okay, so you know to stop. When it points up, you bring your line up. When it points to the right, you go to the right. Now, if you watch the fish, when it's swimming to the right, so it's telling you to pull your pole to the left. So you can remember that for when you're playing on hard and expert. It has the arrow to know to snap your wrist to the right because it jumped to the left. This is more of a training to show you what to do when you start playing the advanced levels. So when you get up to the red, it makes that noise. Just remember that when you're in the advanced difficulty, you're going to be listening for that noise or watching your line turn red. Hear the noise? It tells you to stop. Pointing to the left, you point your pole to the left, but the fish is moving to the right. If you pay attention to the fish, you'll see why it's telling you to go to the left and to the right. So, as you're fishing on normal, try not to look at that gauge. Try to look at the fish itself and learn the way it swims and the direction that you're supposed to hold your pole. So you can kind of look at the gauge if you need to, but then look down at the fish to see what the fish is doing and listen for the noises. Feel it in your hand, the vibrations, and that's how you're going to play when you switch to the other difficulties. So we're going to switch to hard difficulty. Now in hard difficulty, you do have a fish finder, so that's very helpful. And you can tell the depth of the fish by looking at the fish on the fish finder. The ones that are brighter, like that yellow one there, that's a fish that's on the top of the water. The ones that are very dark, like that green one back there, the green back here, those are the ones that are swimming down on the bottom of the water. So you can use that fish finder in conjunction with this little fish map here to see, okay, I have a small fish that's swimming on the top, so good chance it's going to be a sunfish, a pumpkin seed sunfish. Now if I had a small fish, it was green with the grasshopper, and it's swimming on the bottom, so it's going to be a darker color, small darker color, okay? So these baits that you see here, that's what the fish like. So when you're switching through your baits, as the fish change color, that's what it represents, that the fish is going to bite that bait quicker than any of the other fish, okay? So if it's red on that bait, the fish isn't going to bite it. It might eventually bite it if it's sitting right in front of its face, but a good chance, like this one here, that green one there is going to come up and grab it before that red one does. All right? So you always want to try to find the bait that matches the fish you're trying to catch. So I have my line here. These fish, pretty bright, so I'm guessing they're probably on top. I'm going to go ahead and bring my line up top. I'm going to cast out there. Let's see if I can just catch that small one. And I'll bring it in a little bit because I went a little far. Now on the fish finder, it does give you a 100, 200, and 300 distance, so you can kind of gauge on how far to cast out to catch those fish. And you'll learn as you play the distance that you want to cast it out and reel it in. And you can switch back to normal mode to see where the fish are at. All right, I got my best yellow perch. Yay. There's a bonus. All right. And now I'm going to switch to expert. Now, we've jumped to hard. You had your fish finder. Expert is just like hard without the fish finder. And what you're going to do is you're going to cast out there and you're going to just hope that you get a fish. All right. One of the methods I use is like a fly fishing method. If I'm trying to target a specific fish, I'll make sure that I have the bait that they like, and I'll cast out. And if I don't find it there, I'll cast out again. Wait for my bobber to surface. My line doesn't turn red. This is my fly fishing technique. And I'll put a link here in the top right corner that you can click on to go watch my fly fishing technique for epics. Okay, that one didn't run, so this one's going to be fairly easy to bring in. I'm just going to see when it goes to the left, hold my pole to the right. Just the same thing as when you were looking at your little tutorial. Pull up, okay, and you're just reeling it in. It didn't turn red because it's a fairly small fish. Well, it looks fairly good size there, but nice black crappie. But you're going to listen for your reel to make that noise to know when to stop reeling it in, or if you have line color turned on, you can just watch your line turn red, stop reeling when it turns red, and just for a second, and then start reeling again. Listen for the noise, feel the vibration in your hand. You're going to feel the vibration when it's vibrating too much. That's when you know to stop reeling it in, okay? Now, I highly recommend you starting off learning expert fishing on freshwater. Don't jump into saltwater trying to learn expert fishing, okay? You're going to get frustrated because you're going to get a lot of fish that run from you. Go back to the beginning. Matter of fact, if you've hit level 20 and you're wanting to do this so that you can get your epics, that's a great way to start. Go back to level 1, catch that epic, go to level 2, catch that epic, go to level 3, catch that epic, and work your way through all the levels back up through 20 again. That way you'll progress through them, and as you're doing that, you'll not only get all your epics for all those levels, but you'll get that practice in, because the epics on the freshwater are tiny. They're really easy to bring in. So you might get a bass here and there, or bigger fish. Some of the epics are bigger, but you might get some bigger fish that will take a little bit more practice to bring them in, and that will help you learn the technique before you get to saltwater. That way, once you get to saltwater and you start catching those big fish on expert, that's where the big money comes in. That's when you start to make a lot of money and a lot of XP. Let me go ahead and catch another one here real quick so I can show you the difference. Yeah, let's see. I don't have nothing there. And I'll just cast out a few times here and there till my line turns red. And I call this my fly fishing technique. It's the closest thing to fly fishing you can get in the game right now. Eventually they'll probably have fly fishing, but right now this is the closest thing. You cast out, you pull your thumbstick back to quick retrieve it, and cast out again if it doesn't turn red. All right, so let me bring this fish in. It's going to be very simple because it was a really small splash. Probably a sunfish or some junk fish. All right. Yeah, look at that bad boy. Yellow perch. All right. As you see, I have a bonus of ×3. When you're fishing on expert, you get a bonus of ×3. That is also a bonus for max XP and a bonus for your money, your credits. So if you're on normal, it's going to be like a third of that. When you're on hard, it's going to be 2 times what you would normally catch on normal. And when you're on expert, it's 3 times what you would normally catch on normal. So that's one of the reasons. That's one of the big reasons on switching to expert as soon as you can. If you want to level up fast. To be honest, I actually played the very first game. I played all the way through level 20 on normal. It wasn't until I finished the game that I actually went back, switched to expert, and started playing on expert. So you don't have to jump into expert right away. You can play normal the whole time and learn the game. Okay? Nobody's going to fault you for that. If you joined our Facebook community, everybody's very friendly out there. Nobody's going to come in and go, oh, you're playing on normal. It doesn't matter. Play how you want to play. Okay? But if you want to max your XP out, if you want to max your credits out, you want to buy all the gear, jumping up to expert is the best way to do it. And that's going to get you the most XP and the most credits. All right? All right, well, hopefully this helped you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will reply back to you. I am planning on doing a Saturday morning fishing session. So in the near future, I plan on doing a fishing with the VR fisherman session. So you can come out and fish with me and ask me any questions out there or get any tips and tutorials out there as well. So hopefully this helped you. I hope to see you moving up to expert mode soon and getting all that XP and all that credits and getting all that gear. So I hope this helps. Have a great day. Bye-bye.